Hello, my name is Antwiwaa, just in case this is the first time you're seeing my face. And today I came back from work and I decided that maybe we should have this discussion, right? So first of all, today is a Monday and it's the last week before the new month, which means that it's the last week before payday if you get a monthly salary. And a good number of us will admit that it is around this time that you begin to run out of stuff. You run out of things like food, toiletries, and sometimes even money, right? I know. So far I've been living alone or living by myself for close to 4 months now, and I've got a few hacks up my sleeves. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 6 food hacks that will take you through the last week before payday. And no, it doesn't involve getting packs and packs of noodles. But before we get into the kitchen, let me quickly change out of this. I'm a bit hot. Take off all of these things and then we'll get to talking about these hacks, okay? I'll be right back. Also, I should mention that these 6 hacks are more like a fix for those one-off months. If you find that you're running out of money, food, toiletries every other month, then you have a bigger problem. You have a budgeting problem. And you should definitely look into it and get it sorted, okay? Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and all changed now. I just realized that I was sweating initially, so let's forgive that. Let's put my hair away because we need business. And also, did I introduce myself properly? I feel like I just rushed through because I was trying to get out of my work clothes. But let me introduce myself again. My name is Antwiwaa, and on this channel I share personal finance tips because I believe that no matter what stage you are in your life, you don't have an excuse to not be financially literate. And I also share personal development tips to help you become better with each passing day. And then finally, like I did mention earlier, I recently moved out of my parents' house. I've been living alone for about 4 months, and I share things I'm learning, like what I'm about to teach you today, and pretty much how I'm navigating adulthood as a 20-something-year-old woman living in Accra, Ghana. So if you're new to the channel, you are welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back, and what's up, my G? Now that you know who I am and what this channel is about, let's get straight into the hacks. Before you go out to start getting foods like kenke, noodles, or basically eating out because you're not financially ready to go grocery shopping, you would want to look into your fridge. What do you have in your fridge? I can guarantee you that you may have enough leftovers or even enough fresh food to sustain you through the week before payday, so you don't have to spend any extra money at all. At first glance, it's not looking really good, but this is what we have in the fridge. Excuse the mess. I haven't had time to clean up my fridge just yet. But let's actually dive in and see what we can possibly find that can be used as food that will sustain someone like me for the next 7 days. A few pieces of biscuit left that I can snack on. A little bit of milk left so I can make like a cereal or breakfast. I do have some oats. I have some pizza wraps that I can use to make a quick wrap for dinner or for lunch. Some mozzarella cheese. Not sure what I can use that for because I don't know what else I have. Look who has some jollof. I have some leftover jollof from about a week or 2 ago. What is this here? No, you don't want to see this. That's why you need to clean your fridge. You never know what's going on in there. I have a lot of pepper. This is like a whole bowl of pepper. I also do have some carrots. I bought some carrots and I haven't touched it, which is... why haven't I used up my carrots? I still have some chicken remaining. If you watched my last vlog, you saw me oven cook this chicken. And I still have about 3 pieces left. So that's probably like 3 meals worth of chicken. I have some tomatoes in here, 2 garden eggs that I still haven't used, and just extra pepper. And I have this massive cucumber that is looking very sick in my opinion. This should probably be tossed out. Some tomato paste. I forgot to mention that I also have green pepper. So this is pretty much stew material. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So I'm not gonna lie, my freezer is not looking bad at all. Also, forgive the noise. This part of the fridge makes that humming sound that will probably not come off good on camera. So this is blended fresh tomatoes. I noticed that my tomatoes are trying to get bad, and I was not gonna let them get bad on my watch. I washed them up, blended them, and I froze them because it can always come in handy. I just have to defrost it and use it for whatever I want to use it for. I have about 3 pieces of sausage. I have these vegetable mix that will definitely be useful if I want to make like a stir fry. I have some squid rings. I have a little bit of gizzard left. You see, this is a bag of chicken. Not a bag, like a kilo or so of chicken. But do you see how I could have easily decided that I didn't have enough food just by looking at the bottom of my fridge? Okay, so that is it for what is inside the fridge. But of course, if you do have a kitchen, everything doesn't go into the fridge. So let's also take inventory of what edible things you have outside your fridge. For me, I've had this Kobe sitting around for close to 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. The last 3 of my potatoes, I have oats, I have some rice, and I also have some gari. Look at that. So there's hope. There's actually a lot of hope. I have a number of food combinations that I can come up with just what I have, and I think it can last me an entire week, I promise you. Okay, so after we've taken inventory and we know exactly what we have available, what is edible, what has gone bad and what has not gone bad, we kind of have an idea of what kind of meals we can come up with, right? So my second hack is to be creative. To be able to get through the last week before payday, when you don't have a lot of food or money in your account, you have to be open to trying out things. If you have to mix leftovers of your fried rice and jollof and plain rice from all the eating out you've done during the month, you should do that, and I promise you that actually tastes good. Not gonna lie, that whole combination with a little bit of shito, it bangs. Try it out. And then you can also mix things together, mix veggies together, mix carbs, do a stir fry. There's so many things you can do with food. There's food, as long as you have a basic formula for preparing food, you can definitely put something delicious together in no time. I talked about proteins, right? Proteins are getting slightly expensive. The last time I went to touch shrimps at the mall, I almost passed out, but that's a discussion for another day. My hack number 3 is cook with eggs. Eggs are pretty much the most affordable protein you can find. Very affordable, very healthy, and also very yum, depending on how you cook them. So in this last week, try to incorporate more eggs into your meals. Fry them, boil them, whatever you do with eggs. Just eat more eggs. It's more affordable and you get your protein in. Alright, so after yesterday's meal, which is the rice and eggs you just saw, I was so tired I passed out almost immediately. So this is the next day. Today I had some jollof from yesterday. That was like the last set, and I had it with some chicken. One of my chickens, so I have like 2 more pieces of chicken that I can still eat during the week. And so we're just going to move on to hack number 4. And my hack number 4 is to shop for the tiny things that you need to make a meal as opposed to ordering in. So one of the things I did in the past was that anytime I ran out of food and I'm trying to cook and I realize that maybe I don't have chicken or I don't have tomatoes, I just brush off the idea of cooking and just go on one of the apps and order for something to eat, which doesn't make economic sense if you think about it, right? So imagine I go on the app and I buy something between the ranges of 30 to 50 cedis, and I do that about 2 to 3 times in the last week. That would mean that I'm spending between 60 to 100 cedis in the last week that I claim to be broke. So my hack is that instead of eating out or getting food delivered to you, take the money you would have used to order food. So let's say you want to eat what do you want to eat? Let's say you want to eat jollof and you don't have tomatoes or tin tomatoes, and you don't have the meat. You can use that 50 cedis, buy some tomatoes, and then cook some jollof that you can probably eat more than once. So don't let the thing of I'm too lazy to go grocery shopping at the moment prevent you from visiting your neighborhood grocery store, getting a few things that can sustain you until you're ready to go grocery shopping. I'm not sure who I think I am, but I'm here to give you hack number 5 and 6 before I go out for my long run or my evening walk. Hack number 5 and 6 are more like long-term fixes. So the first few hacks I've given you are those quick fixes for when you have months like these, but that shouldn't be your normal, like I said at the beginning of the video, right? So hack number 5 is that you're not wasteful. You saw me throw out some things yesterday, like the cucumber and the thing in the bowl that we are still not going to discuss. Well, that is a normal for a lot of people. We buy stuff at the beginning of the month, we have a lot of money, so we're eating out, we're not really checking on the things. 2 weeks into the month, you realize that your tomatoes are going bad, your onions are going bad, things are going bad, and that is one of the reasons why you even end up in the broke week in the first place. So my hack is to learn effective ways to preserve perishable food. For example, my tomatoes were going bad, like I told you, so I washed them, blended them, didn't mix them or anything, so that whenever I have to make something, I have a batch of frozen, freshly blended tomatoes that I can thaw and use to make whatever I want to make. Do you get what I mean? So try as much as possible to look for ways to preserve your food so that you're not wasting food and going hungry at the end of the month. Now hack number 6. Hack number 6 is to make sure you're budgeted. You won't even get to this point if you have a proper budget. Yes, there are months that things may not go as planned, you know, we plan and life happens. But if you plan accordingly, you know how much food you are going to exhaust in a month. You know how much money you are going to exhaust in a month. Do you have like backup cash for when something goes wrong? Stuff like that. So try as much as possible to draw up a budget and live by it. Drawing up a budget is one thing, but sticking to it and making sure that you don't falter is another thing. So make sure you're doing that. I'm going to insert a video right here where I talked about budgeting. It's a bit old, but the principles are still pretty much effective. But if you want me to film another budgeting video, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have other tips that work for you during the broke week, please drop them in the comment section and we'll be sure to thank you for them. Give the video a thumbs up and I will see you right here in this one. Mwah.
Me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone.